Hi YouTube. Paper Money 54 asked me a while ago if I would do a full stack video, and I was actually planning on doing it at the end of the year. But the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? It might be good to start at the beginning of the year, do a full stack update, and then make it kind of like an annual thing. So I'd like to give a shout out to Paper Money 54. Thanks for the idea. Check out his channel if you get a second. And yes, Rocky, all my dimes are calling out to you. I think they're just happy they're not buried in the ground somewhere in your backyard. All right, so here we go. I have all of my proof sets laid out. Literally, that's a run from 1955 to 1964 with a lot of repeats. I have my slabbed Kennedy 64s. Really nothing special about the grades. I kind of overpaid for them on eBay. Newbie mistake. Don't make it. I have two Morgans. You know, it's like I tell my son all the time, you know, no self-respecting silver collector doesn't have any Morgans. Well, I had to get a couple, but really the counterfeits scare me a little bit, so I don't have too many. The ones I have are in decent shape. So these are the dimes I showed you in my last video. So the number one complaint I get all the time about my stack is you don't have enough junk. This is my junk, okay? I actually prefer to use the term 90%, so I guess from now on that's what I'll be using. But these are all my halves. Nice mix of Walking Liberty, 64 Kennedys, and Franklins. These are the better condition Walking Liberties. Then I have my Barber quarter. This is the Lance OA quarter. I think that's gotten more screen time than Lindsay Lohan this year. My Standing Liberty quarter that I've shown you guys. My Franklin proofs. Now we'll just kind of go around the world a little bit. These are all my American Eagles. And then over here, stay with North America. By the way, it is 0 degrees out. It is brutal. So wherever you're watching this, just thank God you're not here. So here's all my moose. I haven't gone crazy with any of the next Wildlife Series releases, but we make sure to get them for the kids. They love the antelope. Here are my maple leafs. I've only got a few of those. I mean, yes, I get a lot of I don't, criticism's too strong a word, but a lot of people defending the Royal Canadian Mint. You know, it's fine. It is just bullion, but like I've said before, you're paying a premium for these coins. They really should get their manufacturing process straight so that the milk spots don't start appearing. And, you know, most bullion dealers wouldn't refund your money, and they would say just that, it's just bullion. Well, if it's just bullion, why are you charging a premium for it? You know, that premium vanishes when you go to sell it. You know, if I want to sell it to a refinery, yeah, they'll give me a spot for it. But you know what? If you want to recoup your premium, you're going to have a difficult time doing that. Here we have our Fiji Takus. And boy, doesn't Fiji sound nice right about now. I have a small run of pandas. Honestly, I'm probably not going to go any further back. The whole counterfeit issue does scare me. But I have a 2002, 2010, 11, 12, and 13. And yes, the kilos. I would like to do a kilo video at some point. You know, it's funny when you're doing these videos, I've always said, you know, they show you the guy that's really skinny, and then they show him all buff, and they say, you know, if you tried this product, this is what he did to get there, which we know is crap. But I've always said, take that skinny guy and then film the process of him getting big. You know, take the guy that's overweight and start at the beginning, kind of like The Biggest Loser's done. But I've always said this my whole life. Why don't they start from the beginning? So this is kind of what we're doing here, right? We're starting with our stacks. This is the very beginning, and I can only imagine what it's going to look like when I finally, you know, reach my end goal. So we have some Britannias, some Somalia elephants, and Libertads. Have my Andean cat round, and more elephants and Britannias. I love the Pamp Swiss Year of the Dragon. I haven't got a Pamp Sweets Year of the Snake yet. I haven't really seen it being sold in any of the major bullion dealers for a decent price, so I'm waiting for the premium to come down. If they're going to stay stubbornly really high, I guess I'll probably skip it this year. You know, add a little bit cheaper bullion. So I have my Year of the Dragon, and I have my snakes, and of course the Tokelau Year of the Snake coin. Then on to the more Australian silver. This is my run of kookaburras. And we have the koalas. I bought a roll last year and I bought a roll this year. This is that roll of koalas. I took one out to include in the collection. Alright guys, well that's it. We're at 614 ounces. So I'm hoping by the end of the year that'll be up to over 800. That's the plan anyway. And he can't do a stack video without doing one whole aerial shot. So it's definitely growing. Good stuff. Okay guys, they can't all be serious, can they? Sometimes we just have to have a little fun with it. So there you go. Thanks for watching.